to Love, Wind and Perspire. This week, what are we going to talk about, my lovely Cas?
Well, as it's February, my God, we thought we would talk about Valentines.
Valentines or Galentines?
I hate that word,
I knew you would.
Galentines. I hate it.
It's not for you, that is it?
Not really.
It's
So
just
what does
it's just one of those wanky words, I think, that the
somebody's
Americans
made
kind of
up?
started. I see the concept behind it. Yeah, come on, gals, let's
Let's
yeah,
get together.
yeah.
You, as a married lady, do
Yeah.
you celebrate Valentines or?
No, we don't. And the simple reason that we don't is my birthday is on the 10th. So I've always said, oh, do you know what? It's just a waste of money, really. But I used to be romantic, really quite romantic with Miles. And no matter if I took him for lunch at McDonald's or took him to a really swanky restaurant in London and wined and dined him and then put on some sexy underwear, stayed in a hotel, his reaction would be, it's all right. So I stopped being romantic because I wanted him to do fucking somersaults and I just wasn't getting that. So I thought, what's the point? So yeah, stop being romantic. So no, we don't do Valentines.
So do you ever send cards to anybody?
I may have sent one or two to my daughter.
I have sent cards to my sister, to my godchildren, to my friends. My sister had one, so she was
Do you sign
born.
it from Cas?
Well, no, of course not.
Do you disguise the handwriting?
Yeah, but they all go, oh, like my nephews go, oh, it's Auntie Kaz.
Oh, but I love that you do that.
I've done it for years, hon. Like all my godkids have had one since they were born. I get literally send, I think I send about 28 cards. I send more Valentine's cards and Christmas cards.
I bet you're gutted that they don't do a bumper box edition in Clinton's because it would work out so much cheaper.
Sometimes I make them though, Neens.
Are you having half?
I'm really good at crafting. No, I'm fucking shit. I just get a bit of coloured card, fold it in half and draw a love heart on it. It's not hard.
But you still make it.
Yeah, sometimes. I quite like it.
Good.
It's not, and it's just about, I think, obviously there's a commercial side of it. I hate it when people say, oh, I don't need Valentine to tell you I love you. No, of course you don't. I always tell my mates I love them. I tell everybody I love them who I love all the time. But I think especially when you're young, like I've sent my sister's she's 45. She's probably the longest reigning Valentine's card receiver from me. And all my godkids get them. And I just think if you're young, and I know it's a bit different when you're young and you want a card or you want a boyfriend, they always know they're going to get a card from their Auntie Kaz. Do you know what I mean?
I do love that. I do love that. It makes you feel loved, literally.
Yeah.
But you see, I think as well, a lot of people think of Valentine's as a lovers couple thing, which I think a lot of us always have, to be fair.
Yeah.
But let's change that, right? Because again, I was in the office yesterday and the girls were saying, a couple of girls were going, oh, you know what, I've not got anybody, what we're going to do, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, hang on a minute. It doesn't say Valentine's is love with a partner. It just says celebrate love. So do you know what? You want to go out with your dog and have a nice meal? Go and do it.
Absolutely.
If you want to treat yourself to, I don't know, a facial because you love yourself, go and do it. If you want to treat your friend because you love your friend, go and do it. So I think we could potentially change the narrative around Valentine's. It's about love, not love with your loved one partner.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love, like two of my girlfriends are married, but for the last few years, the three of us have spent Valentine's together.
I feel like we need to bring out a range of cards, Cas, next Valentine's. Probably a bit short now, but like to my sister. Let's not get loads made, but do you know what I mean? To my sister, to my godchild. I reckon we'd sell loads of the godchild ones.
I think you can get them.
Can you? Of course you can. One day I'll think of something that will make us money.
We'll take it onto Dragon's Den. So, no, Neens, we've got that. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So your business plan is? Oh no, we don't have one of those. We just have the idea. You got anything? Don't be ridiculous. We procrastinate.
What do you have a memory of your most romantic Valentine?
Well, yeah, I suppose I do really. I just remember getting this massive card. You know, the ones that were like pretty much life size at the time. You used to get them in Clintons. They used to come
Not
in
the
a cardboard
not the puffy
envelope.
ones.
I no, I don't remember. Well, actually, I do remember getting a puffy one, but I don't know if that was a Christmas card. No, it was just one of the huge ones. And it was from, at the time, my boyfriend called Mark Jarvis. Mark, if you're watching, hope you're well. And he got me a little teddy bear that had a green and white striped jumper because he used to play for Writtle Miners, which is where I lived. And they played in green and white. And we called him Toasty. And still now, some of the people in the village that I've known since school are like, have you still got Toasty? They take the piss out of Toasty, the teddy bear. So
Have you? Have you still got Toasty?
no, I haven't got Toasty. He was replaced with real food toast, obviously. Yeah, so no,
It was replaced with Tiger bread.
Oh, love Tiger bread. Don't get me on food. We'll go straight off, won't we?
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah, Miles is not romantic really, and I've just lost any romance in me because he's so not romantic.
Yeah. And it's hard. I remember when I first got together with my ex-husband. So I got together with him in the November, and in the February, obviously Valentine's, and he sent me 12 red roses to my office, and I was Billy Big Balls going home. I was working in London then, on the train with my bouquet. Almost wanted to go, yeah, look, yeah, look.
Do you know what? To be fair,
I always wanted that.
Miles did send me 12 red roses once to the office, but it meant nothing. Sorry. And that's so ungrateful because I'd nagged and nagged and nagged. Like 15, 16 years, you'd never done it. So actually, when they came, it was like, oh, that's sweet. Thanks for my roses. But it was like,
Yeah.
that sounds really ungrateful. But it's almost like you have to ask for it.
So if this Valentine, if he turned up if he came home with a bunch of roses and a piece of jewelry and said, oh, babes, I booked a restaurant, would you literally go, something's wrong?
I'd go, do you know what I'd say? Why have you wasted your money?
Is that a Neens now? Or like if he had done that and you never had to cajole him into doing it?
Yeah, then I'd expect it every year. They're like therapy sessions, our little podcasts, aren't they? Sometimes. I'm actually quite a selfish bitch, aren't I? A grateful selfish bitch.
You are evil.
Yeah, the thing is, he's really easygoing. But yeah, if he did that, no, he'd probably do it as a nice gesture, but it's so long now, I'd probably laugh and go, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know?
I get embarrassed with romance. I get all a bit like, oh, shut up, don't. I get all a bit like, oh.
I can remember once, and it wasn't Valentine's, but when I was at Butlins, I was with a guy called Peter. And
is he the one in Australia now?
Yeah. Oh, okay, that looks really good. Like, I don't talk about him ever.
Love Peter.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pete, but yeah, she's still.
Sorry, babe. I moved on. No, we do still talk every now and again, you know. Yeah. So I was with him, and he was very much into like the old crooners, which was very unusual then. That was in the 90s, you know.
Yeah.
And he loved them, and he used to have like Frank Sinatra nights with the lads, and yeah, it was really. And they were like, "Oh, piss off, Pete," and he was like, "No, come on, honestly, I like it." So anyway. He once left me a note on our bed saying, listen to the words of this song. This means everything to me about you. And I remember thinking,
I was just thinking.
I think it was about food. No, and it was a song called Promise Me, which is in The Godfather. Promise me you'll remember this love together today. It's a beautiful song. And I just remember thinking, oh my God, I felt so giddy. And just like, yeah, I think that is the most romantic thing. Something easy, no, you know, it was just put this tape in, because that's what it was at
Yeah,
the time. I think it was a tape. Yeah, and play it. And
I love
yeah,
that.
I think music is a great thing for me romantically as well, because the Mariah Carey
Yes.
Music Box album reminds me so much of our time together.
Yeah, because it's that period of time when whatever's
I
is
just played that over and over and over again. Yeah, I think music holds more romance for me than things. Yeah,
I
thinking
remember.
about it now, ex-boyfriends, there's a song called My All by Mariah Carey that reminds me of another boyfriend. But I used to really listen to that song, or we used to listen to it, and it was really,
Thought provoking.
yeah, yeah.
Ian, my ex-husband bought me you know, the Guinness advert soundtrack, All the Love in the World. What's his name? The old and all the
All I'm thinking of is all the love in the world.
no, I'm gonna have to get that up now. You know that the words. Do you remember the old Guinness advert? And it was the Sugar Plum Fairy.
Is
Um,
that Sugar Plum Fairy?
shut up.
Shut
Oh,
up.
we have Louis Armstrong.
Oh, we have all the love in the world.
He bought me that
Yeah.
CD. And is
Yes.
that?
Yeah, that's nice. And I think as well, if they were to buy you a CD, that would
I,
always remind you of that person, right?
yeah, and also it's
You
like
don't can't buy that anymore, can you? Here you go, I've downloaded 2 songs from Spotify for free. It's just not the same, is it?
no, and I think that, you know, just leaving it, he just bought it, left it on the side, and he said, "I just makes me think of you." And I'm just like, and he wasn't. I love it when somebody's not soppy, but he was romantic. Like one of the best presents he ever bought me, which you will hate, was he bought me a marathon training weekend with my mate. We were training, and it was one of the best weekends I've ever had. And he knew I'd love it. Do you know what I mean? I think that's the other. Romance isn't just about. This isn't just about Valentine's Day, but it's the things that people do for you, isn't it? It's like when your friends do
Listen,
something
you're
for you,
so
isn't it?
right. And I take for granted that cup of tea or coffee that Miles makes me every morning without fail. Every morning without fail.
What time?
Whatever time I get up.
Oh, he doesn't bring it to bed. You get up and then he'll make you a cup of
Oh
tea.
no, you know, if I'm in bed and I'm awake, he'll bring it. You know, if I'm downstairs, he'll just got up and he'll be like, I'll make you coffee. You know, yeah. So that is a lovely
Yeah.
gesture, again, that you take for granted in a relationship.
I mean, he does, and then he's not he does washing, he does cooking, and then,
Yeah,
not
exactly.
saying
But
that he
I
should.
bring the entertainment. You know, he's very lucky to have me.
What would you say? Well, if I asked Miles what the most three romantic things that you have ever done for him, what would he say?
Probably take him away for a weekend.
Yeah.
Things like booked a concert.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of things on the spur. That it's been so long. Like, to be fair, he would say to me, "Do you want to go out for a meal?" Like, he might say to me, "Do you want to go out for a meal?" Nah.
That's because he's going to cook and he doesn't want to cook.
Do you know what? It's a day that's a waste of money. I think it's pressure on men and women to buy something. I think if anything, use it as a day to celebrate.
Love.
Yeah, but whatever that looks like for you. If it's your love
Whatever.
of food and pasta, go for an Italian. If it's a
Yeah.
love of going to the gym, do what you love.
Love.
And if you want
It's a
to
love
celebrate each
day.
other in love, that's absolutely fine. But don't get yourself all het up like, oh my God, I'm single. I'm single this Valentine's Day, because I think there is a lot of that around, Kaz, isn't there? The
Oh
fact that
my
you're
God.
single. Do you feel that?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I don't give a shit, but I think there is a lot of, I think especially, yes, I wasn't going to say especially in the younger generation, but I think I've got friends my age, girlfriends who are single, and they're like, oh my God, I'm never going to meet anybody. So what's it matter if you don't meet anybody? What do you need? What do you want a boyfriend for? That's the other thing as well. What is it you want a partner for? Like, I don't need a partner.
Yeah,
like anything, like
I know
something.
what you're saying. Yeah, you don't have to have a partner, like a
No,
long-term partner for sex, do you? You can get that. You can pay for
no.
that.
Like I'd go into comedy night on Valentine's night with my mate, and she's married, not happy, and but we'll have a great night, and we don't care that. Like, I don't care that I'm single. It's not like I don't know. I love romance. I love looking at going. Oh, I love that. I love seeing other people in couples if that's what they want to do. But you've got to find what's happy for you.
Yeah,
Just being with a partner isn't necessarily going to make you fucking happy, is it?
no, no, it's really not. But we do put our happiness in people, and I think it's a real. Do you know what? I'm currently watching. I've watched a few documentaries on Netflix. If you've not watched the David Foster one, who is the producer, music producer, please watch it. It's brilliant. If you've also not watched the Clive Davis one, who was Whitney's manager,
Yeah.
please watch it. And I've just started last night watching Pamela Anderson's.
I nearly started watching that last night, but I didn't.
Okay, and I'm really liking her, and I feel like she was somebody that was quite independent, that always wanted a partner. And I really resonate with that back in the day. I
Yeah.
didn't like being single, but I don't know why I didn't like being single. I
I
think
didn't
I like the
means.
excitement of a new relationship. It
Yeah.
kept me on my toes. It kept me buzzing. It gave me that little bit of a high. Whereas
Yeah.
I think, do you know what I mean? Do you
Oh
miss
my
that?
God. It was like from the age of 16 till whenever 48, 49, just before I had breast cancer, literally a week before I had breast cancer, I had relationships. I went from one to another, like that, from 16 to then. And I've been single for nearly 6 years. And I feel the freest I had ever felt. And obviously, the first few years have been a bit tough with cancer shit, but I'm the most content. I don't have anybody to talk. I don't have anybody to. And it's not that I'm
You
opposed
don't
to
have
having a
to answer to
relation.
anybody.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to having a relationship, and I love, great if somebody's nice and sexy and gorgeous. Yeah, but it's not my be all and end all. Whereas before, it was always my be all and end all, and there
Yeah.
was almost a bit of a stigma of not having a partner.
See,
And
and
that
you
got my goddaughter who's just gone traveling for a couple of months, Millie, she said to me, she said, you're my inspiration of not having to worry about not having a boyfriend. Bearing in mind she's 23. I said, babes, I had a boyfriend from the age of 16 to 49. I said, if I want one, it'll happen when it happens. I said,
Yeah, but
I'm
look
not.
how inspiring that is to her, who's 23.
Yeah, yeah.
You would never have heard somebody back in the day who was
No,
in their 40s, 50s saying, "Oh, I'm happy being on my own."
I would never have imagined me saying it, even
No, do
Neen.
you see what I mean? Where everyone was with a partner, or they were very
Yeah,
sad and they were going to, sort of singles clubs, and which, fair play. Some people want a partner, some people aren't. But I think people are okay now being
yeah,
on their own, and it's like DB says, if she now split with Russ, she doesn't actually think she'd ever get with anyone else because she's so set in her way, she's quite happy.
yeah. And I think, I mean, a part-time, I don't think I could live with somebody full-time. That would really irritate me. And like, I want the easiness of, the ease of friendship. When you've got love, our friends. Oh, I love meeting up with my friends and we have a good laugh and we do this. And then you say bye. That would be nice in a boyfriend. Go, you meet up, but they always want to have sex. And like somebody said to me at the gym the other day, because my male friend has just got a girlfriend, he's been single for ages. And I go, what about you? And I went, not sure. He goes, what about sex? I went, I can do it better myself, mate. And he went, he was only about 18. He went, oh. And
Brilliant. Brilliant.
I was just like,
Yeah, but again, yeah, something you would never say out loud before, but you're quite happy to now. Yeah, but it's true, isn't it?
yeah.
You'd
And
never talk about a vibrator saying I openly use this, and but again now.
yeah. But it's like Well, I was saying to Millie, like we were talking about what would you say to your younger self? And I said, I just wish I hadn't wanted to be in a relationship as desperately as I wanted all through my 20s. I needed a boyfriend. I
Yeah,
needed to
I
have
think
that.
I did, Kaz, as well, you know, because I'm
Why did
just
we?
thinking about, I didn't really have a long time in between. I think I just went looking
Oh,
for the next one. It kind of gave
yes.
me a buzz.
But what were we looking for? Did you ever? How
I
old were
think
you
it was
when you
excitement. I honestly
really?
think it was excitement. Yeah. I think it's exciting getting with that new person, having sex with that new person, kissing, cuddling that new person, going for meals. And then it just becomes stagnant. Then you move on to the next one.
Yeah, I have left everyone since the age of 19. Saying something, isn't it?
It's
Bored
saying
now.
you're like independent
Oh, well, do you
woman.
know what? I think my mum's life with men has always been pretty shit, and I think maybe yeah, that's like one of those things you see. And also, I feel when I look back, it's given me time to look back. And I was saying to my Millie, is like you always have to compromise in any relationship, your friendships or whatever, you know, but in a nice way. Like I might want to go for a pizza, but mate might want to go for a curry, and I go, well, I'll go for a curry because I love a curry. Do you know what I mean? It's always a little bit of compromise in anything you do. But I compromised, I reckon, a lot at a detriment to my happiness. Like just simple things. It's like what that one guy went out with. So I'd say I'd be watching shit TV. And then he'd come in and go, "What are you watching this shit for?" I was like, "Because I love this shit." And then, and why is it they are more dominant over watching sport on TV than if I'm watching a film? It's like, well, fuck off, go and watch it somewhere else.
Or else, yeah.
You know, I hate, I hate that control. I think that's, yeah, I'm a bit,
Because ultimately you are a control freak. I wouldn't say I'm a control freak, but actually we both are because we like to be in
oh,
control of what we're doing. As
yeah.
in, we're not control freaks by where, you know, right, I've got to do the shopping this day and I need to organise this. We're more like, sorry, did you just say I can't do that? See ya, I'm doing it. It's true though, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You tell
But
me I
then
can't
if
do something.
one of my mates said, oh, do you want to go on holiday? Yeah, right, then where should we go? So I don't mind. And then she books it. I go, yeah, I'll come. So I don't need to be that kind of control. But in a person, I don't know what it is. It is. Do you think it's being fiercely independent? Do you think it's wanting to have control? Maybe I saw my mum controlled.
I
Oh, I
think
don't.
it's independent. You know, you are independent, but I also think you're comfortable with yourself. You're
Yeah,
happy with you. I think a lot of people look for happiness.
through someone else.
Yeah. And you know, that song by Whitney Houston, Learning to Love Yourself is the greatest love of all. And I really believe that when you like or you love yourself, you lead a happier, carefree life.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel you know, it's taken me a long time. I mean, literally, so I came out of my breast cancer in the June 6 years ago, 2017, and I went on a date in the November with a really nice guy. Met online. He was lovely. He was keen. I wasn't in a good place mentally, physically. I felt awful. I said, I can't do this. And then I made a pact. I said, no, I am not going to meet anyone until I feel ready. But it was, oh well, I need to get a boyfriend now. But I don't need to get a
Yeah, but you
boyfriend.
see, that's it. I love that you said you don't want to meet anyone until you feel ready. I think what a lot of people would do, this would be me included, I would quite probably be on a bit of a, say if I split with Miles and was on a bit of a downer, I'd probably go looking for that happiness in someone else. Yeah. Because I'd think, oh well, that'll excite me. Yeah, actually I think I would. Not
Really?
immediately, yeah. I think it gives you a high being with a new partner, feeling loved, feeling, you know, it's exciting, it's fresh. So I can understand why people want
Yeah.
that buzz.
And like I've got a friend who's 61 and she wants a life partner. Go, why? Why do you want a life partner? Can't you be happy in yourself? Not saying you shouldn't have one, which is lovely. And I do know one couple who don't live together and they're married and they've got their own houses and they come together every week, 3 or 4 times a week, but they have their
That
own time.
is amazing. Do they have
That,
sex?
do you know what? I don't know. They're a friend of a friend, but when I met them, they were the happiest couple. They were holding hands. They're in their 60s. They have a great life.
Do you think we are designed to just be with one person?
No. I think, yes. I think, why is it though? Why is it, Neens? Your girlfriends, like I've got girlfriends, my oldest mates, like over 40 years of friendship. We don't get rid of them, do we? I mean, there are a couple I had to, draining. But why is it we don't think, oh, I love making, I love meeting new people, but why do we not feel like that in our girlfriends or boyfriends,
Because again, we
male
don't
friends?
live with them.
Yeah, it's
We
living.
lead separate lives. So it works. If we had to live with some of these people, God, if I had to live with DB, she'd kill me. I mean, yeah, literally. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah, actually, yeah. Okay, on that note, Neens.
Anyway, so Valentine's, it's about love, not not the love of having to be with somebody. So if you're single, celebrate love. Whatever you love, celebrate it. Valentine's isn't about being with a partner, it's about celebrating what you love. So if you're single this Valentine's Day, go and do what you love, celebrate what you love. It's about love. Do
Absolutely.
some self-love.
Self-love is the best.
If you
Whether it's
want a bag of Maltesers, have them.
have it. Whether it's a face mask, whether it's watching something on the TV or an old
Yeah.
film that you love,
Get a friend
chatting to
round.
your
Celebrate the
best
lovely
mate,
things. Yeah.
getting takeaway, do what makes you happy.
Absolutely. And on that note, please subscribe here. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And we'll see you next time on Love, Win and Perspire. Bye-bye now.
Bye.